Today's video will be looking at problem 78, subsets. So as per usual, to solve any problem, the three steps are 1. Understand, 2. Visualize, and 3. Implement. Given an integer array nums of unique elements, return all possible subsets. This is sometimes called the power set. The solution set must not contain duplicate subsets and return the solution in any order. Looking at the constraints, there's between 1 and 10 numbers. The value of each number is between -10 and 10, and all the numbers of nums are unique. Looking at some examples, if we start off with 1, 2, 3, we can see these arrays within an array that gets generated. And then example 2, which is the simplest example, is a single 0 is going to output this empty array and then an array with a 0 in it within the array. And let me show you one more example that's even simpler. I'm going to call this the base case. And that is a single array with an array. So the reason I'm calling this the base case is, taking that idea from recursion. Like imagine you were solving Fibonacci, like some kind of Fibonacci algorithm, and you need to recurse until you hit a base case, at which point to stop, running the algorithm or function or wherever. In this case, with subsets, you actually want to start off with this sort of base case. Like if you look at these examples 1 and 2, like they have that empty array. We actually want to start off of that, as a starting point and then build off of it. We want to start with that and then iterate over our numbers, building up our final solution. So let me set up our iterator. It's going to look like 1, 2, 3. And then we'll keep track of how we're doing here. So it won't look like much, but it's just a empty array with an array. And let's say we want to add 1. We need to combine, all we have is this base case with. So what we're going to do is go over each array within the array and add the number that you're currently at in the iterator. So that's 1. So it would be this one, and then this becomes that. And if you look at, example 2 is the exact same thing. You start off just a 0, and then you have the base case, and then an array with just that number. Now imagine we want to keep going at 2. So now we're actually here. Combine with. So here we need to go over each. We need to add 2 to all the other past arrays. So here's an empty array, so it's just 2. And then here we have a non-empty array that has 1, so that becomes 1 and 2. And this becomes, let's just, manually merge these two. So it becomes that, and I'll keep track of it here. As you can see, it's starting to look a little more complex. Now we need to add 1 more. Add 3. Combine this with. So now we need to iterate over each one of these, including the base case. So 3, and then we, 1 and 3, as we see there. We see 2 and 3, and then finally we see, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. And this becomes. And there you have it. It's the exact same solution as they had over here. And we can kind of visualize it slightly more. Let's see what we have. So we see 1, 2, there's the 3, then we have 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So that's the theory. So now how do we implement this? Let's start off immediately with our base case. And we might as well start calling this result. We have our base case, and then we want to just return the result. Indentation looks a little weird. Okay. Not sure what's going on with the indentation. Okay. So remember how we iterated over each of the numbers? Let's do the exact same thing. We're just iterating over each one of the numbers. And now we need to, over each one of the numbers, we need to combine it. We need to do this, the exact same process, combine what our current result is, which are these guys, this, and this. We need to combine it with a new array that also includes our new added value. So how do we do that? So you want to do something like just iterate over each one of the arrays. It's less than result.length, and so that's what you would do, and then you would result.push. So you would you iterate over each array within the array, and you add your new number, and you'll see that because we're pushing and our iterated I is less than result.length, we'll see some funkiness because the length is actually changing. So let's actually move that up one, to make it more static. And now, did I do that right? And now let's run it with an example. Oh, let me add. And we need to move this guy in here. Okay, so those ones passed. Let's see if we submit it. Yeah, okay, this one passed. So what you can see, to read it one more time, we iterated over each of the numbers, and then within that, we then iterated over each of the array elements and just added our extra number. So we iterated over, let's see, over each of these guys. In this case, we already have 1 and 2s. Now we went through each one and we added 3. So that's what's going on here. And then we return the result at the end. So yeah, catch you later.